Hey everybody, welcome back. Christopher Farms. It's a little foggy morning here on the homestead, farmstead, whatever. Hey, if this is a first time visiting the channel, welcome. I greatly welcome you. This is sort of my vlog about my life. I'm trying to turn a 5-acre piece of property into a market farm. I'm recently unemployed and had planned on doing something market farming, and before that, and I don't know, I think I might have taken the plunge. So here we go, right? Let's see, what do we got going on today? So high tunnel is going on, and the tomatoes are really growing good. Just got the some more tomatoes and peppers transplanted in there. So probably go take a look at it in a little while. And then I have some invasive species on the property, some plant species that are invasive. I have Japanese honeysuckle that is invasive here in Indiana. I have autumn olive that's invasive, and then I also have a multifloral rose that's invasive. And I worked to eradicate some of it last year, and I still have some to eradicate. A pretty long line of autumn olive I'm going to have to take out, and I'm going to try and do that today. Take you guys along for that. But right now I've got some breakfast cooking up, so I'm going to get me some breakfast. And one of the ways I'm supplementing my income is doing eBay and Etsy listings. I have a lot of stuff that I had been working on doing that before, and working so much and working an hour and 15 minutes one way away from the house really took away time to do that type of thing. But I've got some active listings up. Sold one this morning and have it off and shipped, and I've got some more miscellaneous stuff laying around that I need to get listed on eBay. So I think I'll let this fog burn off while I eat breakfast and go and put some stuff on Etsy and eBay, and then try and take you guys along and show you some invasive species eradication. Eradication? Is that right? Anyway, see you guys here in a minute. All right, down in the shop, and I had some old Dungeons and Dragons books and some things like that I got listed on eBay. An old magazine holder, pistol magazine holder I got listed on eBay. Put another coat of paint on my signs. Let me turn you around here and show you my Christopher Farms sign. It's about ready to go hang outside and whatnot. This is my little workbench area that I've got my laptop I use to list stuff, and I watch YouTube videos and stuff as I'm doing that. And I got the phone hooked up to take pictures and stuff like that. Little light here works out pretty good. Let me show you here what I've been doing in here real quick. So I got my toolbox pushed out. This wasn't all the way out, and there was a ledge, and the ledge filled up with stuff like that. Any flat surface. That's an old chest freezer that whoever owned it last, who lived here, it came with the place. They cut the cords off of it, so I'm going to assume it didn't work, or that's what I assumed. And it was really taking up a lot of space. I'm not going to be able to get that out of there. So I went ahead and took the springs off the door. So I'm going to make this into put some shelves in there, make this into a little sealed cabinet for seeds and stuff, I guess. Whatever I don't want mice to get into. I built that shelf yesterday. That was a big project. So it's about 45 inches wide and 8 feet deep. And so got 3 shelves in there, started putting stuff on it. You can see I just have stuff in piles, miscellaneous. When I moved in here, we had to move in quick, and I just got the pallets down and started putting stuff on pallets. So now, like, this end is my eBay stuff. This is all the stuff I have listed on eBay and Etsy, and got some ball jars back there that are antiques. Got some antenna stuff up there. Got some tools I'm sorting out, and boxes of auction flats that I'm sorting out. I'd made that shelf a while back. And it filled up really quick and whatnot. So my old bead blast chamber thingy there. So yeah, still a big work in progress. Like, all this stuff needs to be sorted through, but slowly getting there. So that freezer stood up, made a nice open space back there. So I think I'm going to take my bead blast cabinet and move back over there against that wall, and then clean some more of that stuff out, and the toolbox will go up there eventually. I'll move this workbench out, sort of in the middle, because there's a garage door here and a garage door here. So I want to be able to pull my car in here and work on it. It needs some work done to it. So just a bunch of stuff, everything, you know, keeps me busy. So I got a couple things left to do before I get outside. I need to sharpen the chain. I need to pull some stuff out of there, make room there so I can do that, and get axe and get some other stuff, get the trailer hooked onto the tractor so I can put stuff in there. And then I think I'll be ready to go up and eradicate some invasive species. All right, invasive species eradication day. I've got a mouse in my pocket. What I'm primarily going to be looking at and pulling out today is autumn olive. It's somewhere between like a bush and a tree. The other two invasive species are in here as well, and I'll try and get them as well, but primarily through here is autumn olive. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. It is this stuff right here. And if you look on the underside, it's sort of got a, I don't know, I guess a silvery leaf to it. And it gets little olives on it. Not edible olives for us, but I imagine the critters eat them and then spread them, and this is probably how that spreads. It also spreads through roots. The difficulty of eradicating this is you cannot just cut it at the root or at the base, because then it'll come up through the root, right? It'll sprout out of the ground through the root. So there's a couple of different methods that you can do to do that. This leaf out was one of the first things in the spring. Now this is late summer, September 1st actually. So you know, everything's leafed out here. But if you come out and this is already leafed out, what you can do is spray it with Roundup type stuff, you know, Roundup or Roundup equivalent, and kill it off, and it'll kill it down through the root. Well, that's not an option because, you know, I've got this great oak here. Is that oak? I think it's an oak. I need to study my tree leaves better. But I got this, that's not an oak. What is that? At any rate, I got, you know, there's a maple there, and there's other trees in here, and there's other stuff coming along, and don't want to kill that. So you can cut it and then let it come up at the roots and then spray it with Roundup. That would be an option, but I want to go a little quicker than that. So what I have got is some stuff called tartan. Bring you over here to the trailer. Is it tartan? Tartan. So what you do is you cut it at the ground level, you pull it out, and then you take this and you put it on the stump, and this specialty herbicide will stop any further growth. I did some last year, and you see some stumps down here. I don't know why I didn't cut it off at the ground, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be tilling through here, but I'll probably try and cut it at the ground down there. So I got some stuff over here in the wagon to do that. The trailer, I guess it's not a wagon, it's a trailer. So I got my chemicals, got fuel, got a glove, I don't know where my other glove went, chainsaw, and then I got some loppers in case I need those for something. And then if I need to do some cleanup around a stump before I cut it or something, I got shovel and a rake. And I think the hoe I want is up in the high tunnel. Got my chainsaw toolkit right there, so got some files and some wrenches and some different things in there. That way, I like to have stuff in a little kit, and I throw that on board, because if something happens and I need to, you know, I throw the chain or need to tighten the chain or maybe touch it up or something, if I need to go way up there, you know, I walk a couple minutes to get up there, find what I want, walk a couple minutes to get back. Oh wait, I grabbed the wrong thing, turn around, do the walk thing, or carry the saw, or take the tractor or whatever. But I've got everything I know I need right there, so that's pretty handy. So this fence line, well, this tree line, this was a fence line. I took the barbed wire out, left the fence post, nice locust fence post. So yeah, this is more autumn olive through here. So this is not autumn olive. But here's the other thing, the Japanese honeysuckle. Here is, it is alive. So, you guys can't see. So here's that Japanese honeysuckle. It's an invasive as well. And what it does is it'll come in here and it'll wrap itself around your trees, and will get up here in the canopy, cut out sunlight, and it'll really just smother everything you have. So this is something I'll deal with. This is a good lopper project. I just cut it off at the bottom. Luckily enough, this leafs out pretty early in the spring as well, so you can hit it with Roundup when it comes up. Don't cut this stuff down. It is good bee food. Makes your hive stink. Here's more of the autumn olive. Autumn olive. Autumn olive. All the way down through here. So yeah, my goal is, it won't be today, but I want to get all the rest of the autumn olive cleared out of this tree line. And then there's only a few places over there that have autumn olive. That's primarily multifloral rose. And back in there is some more of that other invasive species. I can't talk today. So that's what I have to get done. And then at one point, after I get that cleared out, I've already Roundup through here, all kills or whatever it is that I used, where I can get into. I'll get all this cleaned up, Roundup in there. And the reason I'm rounding up, the reason I'm killing all this grass and weeds and stuff, is this is going to be from about here, about where that dirt line is at, over to the tree line, going all the way up there and past the high tunnel is going to be Indiana native wildflower and milkweed to attract monarchs. So that's the mission at hand. So I did find some multifloral rose in here. It's this right here. It will definitely reach out and grab you. It's thorned. It does produce little flowers, but this stuff just goes all over, and it competes with the other stuff. And interestingly enough, it is wrapped down here in Japanese honeysuckle. So two invasive species competing for space. One way you can make sure it's a multifloral rose is if you find one of the thorns and you go from side to side, it easily breaks off. So this is definitely multifloral rose. Now if you go the other direction, it will rip you open. So yeah, that's it. So there you go, one invasive species wrapped in another invasive species, climbing yet another invasive species. So there you go. So yeah, once I get all this cleaned out, it actually starts to look fairly decent in here. I need to do some cleanup again, but all right, let me get this back going. All right, well, definitely didn't get done, and I'm gonna call it quits. I just got a little bit done, and it's getting a little later in the day than I usually like to work. A rock right there. I don't have a lot of rocks out here in the field. So yeah, I mean, I got a little done, and from up where to behind the tractor down here, so I got all the rest of that to go. But I got to get the tripod out tomorrow, and then maybe I'll show you how this goes. But you gotta, I mean, I'm definitely doing it different than last time because I'm cutting right at the ground, and the way this stuff is, it's hard to stand up and get down here. So I'm actually getting down on my knees and then cutting it, and it's really easy to lose track of where these stumps are. That's probably why I did it like that last time, because I think I remember going through and cutting a bunch and then coming back and hitting it with that Torten. But you know, I've cut all of that out here, and I can't see stump one through here, but there's what the stumps look like after you treat them. So yeah, basically, like, that's not a autumn olive, but it's gonna come out too. I want to make it so I can just come down here when I have to bush hog the wildflowers. I'm just gonna bring the rotary cutter, not bush hog, rotary cutter, bring your rotary cutter through. So I gotta remove all those stumps, remove all this stuff, and keep going. But yeah, basically just cut, pull it to the side. If it doesn't slide off the stump, treat it, cut, treat it, cut, treat it. And once I get enough laying down, a little patch laying down, then I'll come out and pull them out here. And what I'll do with this is I'll get the bucket on the tractor and I'll just get these out there. I might end up taking that corn out. That corn's not going to do any good anyway. But I'll get this stuff pushed out out past the fence line, and then I'll just use the bucket and I'll push it out, and then I'll push it over to the burn pile. It was a lot easier doing that down there than trying to load it up in the back of the truck or something. All right, another work day on the farm. Stick around. Hey, if you're still with me and haven't pounded that likes up or that thumbs up button yet, that like button, why don't you go ahead and go down and do that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, like I said, you know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a 5-acre wannabe farmer and trying to turn this into something profitable so I could work the next 15 years and then go into retirement. That's what I'm wanting to do. Probably pick up part-time jobs here and there. But all right, thanks guys again, and gals and dogs and cats and whoever happens to be watching. Thanks, I appreciate your day, your time, and stop back again.